Oh gosh. Hi. I think I forgot to I think I when I set up the live stream notice, it actually streamed for some weird reason. I don't know what was on it, so hopefully you guys are going to show up at the right time. Um that was really weird. I went to get on and realized that there the live stream had happened. And I wasn't there. Two people liked it, so I don't know if you were there or not. So, welcome. This is our first live stream of 2018, our first energy alignment group of 2019. Sorry, and I'm going to just welcome those of you who are here and those of you who will join us in the future. And I apologize for any confusion that might have happened that perhaps kept you away from actually showing up at in the linear time that we're here right now. So, tonight's live stream, I wrote a really cool thing because I got really clear about what we were going to explore tonight. And I wrote it over on the one that I thought I scheduled. And I actually, I guess I wrote it afterwards because it's what we're going to do tonight. So when I went ahead and looked at the energies of what we've just come through, we're in the shadow of a new moon and a solar eclipse that is in Capricorn. So those of you who follow astrology know that the sun is now in Capricorn, and it's in the human design gate 48, which is known as the Marrying Maiden. And I want to talk about that because I'm really excited about excited about some of the things I want to share with you that have to do with your human design chart or with the transits that are coming through that may affect you at this time and what that means for the energies that you may be feeling. So our journey this evening is going to likely take us through what's necessary for us to lay the foundation for the new year, because that's what Capricorn is all about. Let me just turn this off. My illustrious husband is actually back at work and he was saying good night to me. So I need to tell him good night. Okay, so let me clear that because let me show you. Oh, and I just took off the transit chart. I'm just waiting for it to come back up. Sorry. Okay. So this Capricorn energy is really great. And what got me focused on this for our live stream tonight, or for our group energy tonight, is something that a friend of mine shared with me from Marina Ormes of Astrology Heals, and I'll make sure that I put that down, her link down into the description. Um, so I want to just read what she wrote to kind of set the tone for where we're going, and then I'll weave in the human design aspect of the gate 54 in there. So this new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn happened on January 5th. And as my husband reminded me today, it is the 6th, and it was actually our anniversary today. So we're in the wake of the new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn energy. We're just to the side of it. Maybe in some parts of the world, you're still experiencing that. So what this is about is what Marina Ormes says about this is that this is a potent solar eclipse. This potent solar eclipse is close to the powerhouse planets of Saturn and Pluto, which are both in Capricorn. Capricorn rules Saturn and Pluto. These are serious, heavy energies. They help us come to terms with our limitations and our responsibilities. But they also come with an invitation. They invite us to discover our inner authority and to find the confidence to step into being who we truly are. Sometimes it is the hardest lessons in life that make us the strongest. And Saturn is all about the lessons that we're here to learn and master so that we can be successful, so that we can step into the fullness of who we are as someone who is grounded and successful. So when children grow up, they learn to take on adult roles and responsibilities. During this Capricorn new moon and eclipse, it is time for a part of you to grow up and step into what you are here to do. So this kind of sets the tone for the year, that we're really coming into our own maturity, and we're going to be stepping into more of what we're here to do on the planet. This means honoring your past and where you have come from, but also being willing to let go of what you've been holding back. As you get more clear about what is important to you, you also become stronger in your ability to create foundations, systems, structures, and habits that support you in creating it. So during this eclipse, and also during our time tonight, let go of anything that hasn't been working. Clear the space and start to create the foundation of what you are building. This means finishing up or releasing old projects, putting new systems in place, and making plans for the year that support you, who you are becoming as you move into this place where you're maturing into what you're here to do. That's my addition to what she's saying. Um, Cleaning and organizing is a good way to do this. I actually did that today. But also creating structures that will support you in creating what is most important to you. Whatever you are focusing on around this important new moon, keep in mind that you are laying the groundwork for how it is going to unfold in the coming year. So be mindful that your choices are in alignment with what your heart wants. So I think that's key, aligning your choices with your heart. I'm just making a note of that because that seems significant. It's all about being in that place where you have matured enough to recognize what's in your heart and then align your steps, or take your steps, which in this case is or I'm interpreting as the choices, step by step. You make a choice, it's a step. And is it a step in the direction of your heart, or is it a step in a direction away from what your heart is calling you toward? So I wanted to set the tone with that because I thought it was so brilliant and so clear and concise. Um, welcome, whoever's on the line. It's good to have you here. I was apologizing at the beginning that I thought I had scheduled this. I had put the notice out to schedule this, and I actually did the live stream. So who knows what's on the live stream? I'm going to take it down. um, so here's what I want to share with you about this. The Gate 54. Here's my little phone app for the transits. And let me get my finger here. There's the Gate 54 coming off the root. The sun is in the 54. The Earth is actually, and by the way, just to fill in the space here for you to understand how these gates, these hexagrams that are known as gates on the human design chart, how they connect to the astrology. The Gate 54 on the human design mandala, which is actually also the mandala for the I Ching, is actually a Capricorn gate. As we go around the mandala, the sun starts at the gate 41. It goes around. It's not a linear. The hexagrams aren't in linear order. They're in numerical order, but the gate 54 is in Capricorn. So, or Capricorn is in the gate 54 as you go around the mandala. So, what I wanted to point out to you also is that the Earth is in 53, which is this little gate right here to the center, or to the, I can't really tell. If you're looking on the chart directly, it's on the left of the 63 in the center. That's the channel, the full channel. It's this little one on the left. 53 is actually Cancer is in 53. But what is interesting about this is that they're both attached to the root center. And the root center is very much about it. The root is a motor. It's like a motorized impulse, and it's the weakest motor in the body, unlike the sacral motor, which is the strongest motor in the body. The root center. Oh, here we go. It's on the app. The root center. I'll read this and then I'll give you my interpretation. The root center is about physical pressure and is one of the 4 motor centers. It's also one of the 2 pressure centers along with the head center. So I think I have a video on mental pressure, and root pressure. So the root pulses on, it pulses off. It's not very strong. And, and when it pulses on, it's like you have this physical stamina to get something started. And the gate 53, which the Earth is in, is the gate of development and beginnings, gradual progress. So remember, it's like the very beginning of making gradual progress. And then the 54, where the sun is right now, the Capricorn gate, is known as the Marrying Maiden in the I Ching. And I love this because the Marrying Maiden, there's a parable, a Chinese parable about the marrying maiden who is a concubine, and she keeps marrying up into royalty, marrying the right people until she actually becomes the empress. And it's very much on the human design chart. It's very much in the circuitry, which is about material success, and it's the first impulse. It's known as also as the gate of drive. So it's this impulse. To take one step at a time, to climb the corporate ladder. 54 is interaction in its mundane social context, but it's also one's mystical and cosmic also in one's mystical and cosmic relationships. So it's like it's like the Capricorn goat who takes one step at a time and climbs the mountain, and it's a very mundane thing. But within that is also this mystical sense of coming into relationship with other people and recognizing who to take those steps toward, or who you can benefit, or who has what it takes to take the next step. That's another way of understanding that. And of course, you can go deeper and deeper, but just get the feel of that, of the goat, the Capricorn energy, the taking one step at a time in the mundane. And it has these mystical qualities where you meet up with certain people. And actually the gate 44 is coming to meet, and it's part of that same circuitry where you're coming together step by step to meet and as a tribe have material success. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. But both of those energies off the root really is still just the beginning. And in one of my videos last week, I mentioned that, we've started the linear new year, but we haven't quite gotten into the beginning of our next rotation around the sun. The Earth's next rotation around the sun. I've got that right. Sometimes the sun goes around the moon. I think there's a song about that. Anyway, we haven't gotten there, but this is like the time the energy is really supporting us in laying this foundation as this very beginning root energy. How we root into our lives is starting to be awakened and activated. So I got very, very excited about it. I don't know, you can let me know how you feel in the chat, but I'm really feeling that support of let me get grounded into the way that the next phase of life is going to unfold. And I've been looking at systems, my systems for living. Some of you may not know this, but my husband and I are building a house. And that's very integral to the next phase of our lives. And it's something that the energy is really there as it's taking shape. I can feel how it's there really as a literal foundation of support for the unfolding of the next thing. And in addition to that, I've been looking at my business and all of that. So I'm just curious about where you're feeling that pull to root into a new foundation or to evaluate what supports you. So if you want to share, feel free to do that in the chat. Um, let's see. So tonight, what we're going to do in this time when we come together energetically, and if you're new here, this is what we're doing on this live stream. We're coming together in somewhat of a circle, even though we can't see each other, in an energy circle where we can begin to align and raise our frequency and really focus our energy so that we can get what we need out of the group support and the support and guidance that comes through me. So that you can have what you need for the next couple of weeks in terms of moving through your life. So, all right. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and um, get grounded or get quiet and maybe feel your feet on the floor. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and allow yourself to just come into your body. I got all excited about this topic and I'm kind of out there, so I need to come back in and ground myself. Just notice how you feel as you bring your attention into your physical form. You may want to just acknowledge that to yourself or even out loud. I'll tell you, I feel right now that my body is kind of buzzing. And as you come in and acknowledge the messages that your body is giving you through this sensation of feeling, bring your attention down into the lower chakras, the sacral chakra that's between the pubic bone and the belly button. You may want to put your hands there. Breathe into that area. Allow the energy in the sacral region to begin to expand into the root, which is below. And by the way, um, when we talk about the root center in human design, everyone has a root center. Everyone has a root chakra, which is basically what the root center is. And regardless of whether or not it is defined, you still have that energy center. You just may process the energy of that center in a different way, depending on whether it's defined or not. I just wanted to throw that out for those of you who have an undefined root center and you're new and you're to human design and you're feeling like you don't, or it's looking like you don't have a root center. You do. So just bring your energy into the root. You can concentrate on the base of your pelvis, like where your tailbone or your perineum, um, you know, all of that energy, all of those places right at the bottom of your seat where it all hits the seat where you're sitting. That's your root. So let your sacral energy expand into your root. And just breathe into that area. And if you're not really feeling it, you can kind of rock your pelvis back and forth in your chair or just rock yourself back and forth on your sits bones. Those two bones where your thigh bones come up and lock in. And that will begin to kind of activate the sensation of the root. And then let that root energy just expand out as though you're sitting on a large ball, like one of those bouncy balls or one of those big yoga balls. And that's what connects you to the earth along with your feet. So just feel yourself grounded in and supported by the energy of your root. And see if you can sense where that energy starts to meet the ground, how it's expanded out. Just let it sort of free form, expand through your feet. And allow that energy coming from your feet and from your root to just literally root into the earth as though you have energetic tree roots going into the nourishment of the earth. And let those roots go as deeply as they want to go. And this is your foundation. This is your support. This is where you draw up the nourishment through your feet and legs and through your root chakra, from the earth, from your home here on the planet. So now allow those roots to kind of open up, sort of like they, I I don't know, like they're straws maybe, I don't know. Like, so the energy can kinda come up through those roots and back up into your body, through your legs, through the root center, up into the sacral area, and then all up into your torso, your heart area, your chest, your arms, your hands, your throat, your face, your head, your brain, and right out your crown. And then up, up, up. Let it open up like a big funnel, as big as you can get it and as high as you can get it, so that you are open and connected as a being of earth to the cosmos around you. And then allow that cosmic energy to mingle with your earthly beingness, so that you're tapped into both the energy of your home here as a human and the energy of your home as a cosmic being. And as you do this, your intuition opens, your awareness expands, and you feel yourself. This is weird. You feel yourself being breathed by the universe, like you're the breath of the universe. And also within that, remember to breathe as the being that you are. So now bring all that cosmic energy and that earth energy into that lower region of the sacral, of the root, and just allow it to be there, energizing, establishing itself, establishing you in this new stance of the new beginnings of the new moon, the new beginnings of the new linear year, the preparation for another rotation, another journey around the sun. And as you see yourself with all of this rooted energy, all of this energy in these areas where you have the energy to create and the energy to have that foundation and support, and to move through step by step, move through life step by step. Begin to open up to the information that's there for you. And begin to open up to that gut and that root intuition. And as you open up, as you begin to listen and feel what's below the belly button, what's below the navel, all of this energy that's energizing you and grounding you, Begin to ask this energy, what's most important right now for me to know about my steps forward? And then just relax. Might want to just sit back. Found myself lurching forward. Sit back and receive whatever these energies in these lower centers want you to know about what's most important that you need to know about your next steps. And along with that, what's most important to you? What's most important to your heart? What's most important to align you with your deepest heart's desires and intentions? Now, this isn't anything that you need to force an answer on at this point. You can go back to this at a later time. And as you move through the next days, the next weeks, you will begin to see, or things will be brought to your awareness about the next step. The next step in the direction of what's most important to you. And then, along with that, consider and ask to be shown what structures will most support you in living the life that reflects or is an expression of what's most important to you. What are the structures, the systems, the things that need to be put into place as you take one step at a time so that you're supported in living this life that's a reflection of what's most important to you? So, as this energy has become activated in the lower centers, just allow that to expand and begin to fill you up, like through your diaphragm, through your power center of the diaphragm, then up into your heart. And then allow this information to expand and travel up through the throat and up into the brain and wherever the mind may be and all of that. And then just let it expand all the way out into your aura, as high as it will go, as far as it will go around you, below you, above you, behind you. You're filled with the energy that is going to inform you about your next steps and about what's really going to align you, what actions are going to align you to what's in your heart. So now bring your attention to your heart, where love will fuel your desires, your priorities, what's most important to you. And let that love energy, if you're not feeling it, you can imagine that you feel it. Because remember, imagination and thought move energy. So if you're not feeling love in your heart, imagine that you feel it. Think about something you love. Let that love energy kind of fill that space and intermingle with those light particles of information and clarity. And as it does, it expands out beyond your chest. This is a place of magnetism, of attraction, magnetic attraction. And the heart is also the place, or it's the brain, so to speak, that informs the mind of what it needs to observe or what it's looking for. The mind is the observer. The heart is the attractor. And the heart can inform the mind so that the mind can have that perspective of, oh, look at that. Look in that direction. Look at that direction. Look at what's going there. And of course the feet, the proverbial feet or the next steps will follow from what the mind sees that the heart has told it to look for. I know that's really simplistic, but that's what's coming to me. So now you have yourself grounded. You've turned on the light of information to help you get more clear in the depths of your gut and your root of what it is that will carry you forward, what it is that's so important that you must take that step in the next direction and the next step after that and the next step after that. It's concrete, it's solid. So that's all been turned on and it's connected to the heart. Information is traveling into the heart. The heart is adding the fuel of love and igniting your intentions. And then it's informing the mind of what to see or what to be, what to observe. And your attention guides those steps. Okay, so take another couple of deep breaths. Come back into your body. Into the room where you are right now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You guys are quiet tonight. So, I'm hoping that that gives you some insight or some foundational material to begin to work with energetically as we move through the 54 of the Marrying Maiden this next week or so. And as you begin to become aware that each step establishes you or establishes your foundation toward um, your uh, your ultimate maturity, because Saturn, of course, is about maturity, and this is where we are with maturing into and growing up, as Marina Ormes said, growing up into uh, you being able to do what you came here to do, and really taking those steps to do that, or to move in that direction. So I feel complete at this point. I appreciate your being here. We do these live streams every other Sunday around 8:30 Eastern Time. And I invite you to come to the next one if you like. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you find this helpful or my videos helpful, please go ahead and subscribe so you get notified of when we're on, or of the next video. And also, if you find my work helpful, please share my videos. And that helps, that makes the world go round. That helps me to establish my foundation of service for you. So have a wonderful evening. Happy New Year. Happy linear New Year. And I think probably the next time we come back, we'll be close to the Human Design New Year. So until the next live stream, be well, be grounded, take one meaningful step at a time as you're guided. And of course, I hope to see you again in the next few weeks. Take care.